Welcome back to another A times 2 review. Today I'm going to be discussing the Rex 01 CP in OD Green, and it's produced by a company called RX. RX has been around for about 20 years now, and they are out of Slovenia. And they initially started as a toolmaking plant for a company called Iskra, which doesn't exist anymore. And they started making firearms parts in 2005 to help support the Slovenian military. But they didn't have a full weapon manufacturing plant until about 2012 when they were finally able to secure some barrel manufacturing equipment. At that point, they wanted to create their own unique in-house pistol, and the Rex 01 was finally produced in 2013, and it made its way to SHOT Show of 2016. So the OD Green model itself is actually a bit of a rarity because according to Fime Group, they've only imported 500 total of this particular color. 250 in the standard model and 250 with the CPs. So they've definitely made this weapon a bit of a rarity. Let's talk a little bit about the specs. And it is a double action, single action hammer fired pistol. Weighs in about 27.5 ounces with a barrel length of about 3.85 inches. The slide is nitrocarburized steel and the frame is hard anodized aluminum. The slide stop, slide release, as well as the decocker are all the same button right here. So it caught the slide, send it forward, it had to reset there, and then decock it. You can't send the slide forward and decock it all at once. It has to reset itself. It holds 15 rounds in the magazine, which is pretty standard for a compact pistol. And the trigger pull. Now the trigger, I'm going to talk a little bit about this later, but the trigger pull is definitely heavy. It's about it's about 13 pounds for the double action and about 5.5 pounds for the single action. It does have these polymer grips, which I'm going to talk a little about later as well, but it does have these polymer grips on it as well, maybe just to help kind of keep costs down. It's very easy to disassemble. All you have to do is rack the slide back, bring this down, and then release the slide, and it comes out. The magazine release is ambidextrous on both sides, so you can engage it from both sides right out of the box, which is pretty cool. It has a safety that may be a little bit redundant. I don't ever use it, but if you ever wanted to carry this pistol cocked and locked, you have that option. So let's get into some of the things that I'm not a particular fan of when it comes to this pistol. But I want to start this off by saying a lot of these things will have an asterisk by them because there are already OEM parts available produced by RX to fix a lot of these I don't want to say issues, but just things that I particularly don't like about it. So let's see. Well, the grips are really first and foremost the biggest issue. I mean, they're polymer. I mean, once your hands start to get a little sweaty, it becomes extremely difficult to hold on to this pistol. But like I said, they actually will ship the Rex pistol with G10 Hogue grips, and you can also get Hogue grips by Ka-VAR. If you go to kavar.com, they actually have a lot of the grips already available. The back slide serrations are actually a little too slick for me, which I don't really understand because the front serrations are very aggressive, but the rear serrations aren't necessarily as aggressive as the front, which it would be nice to see them just a little bit more aggressive. The sights, now, like I said, with the asterisk buy, you can actually buy different sights with these. Now, I know you see them blacked out. They actually don't come that way. I just put a little shoe polish on the rear sights just to make them a little bit more, just to make it a little easier to see the front sight. But these will get replaced eventually. But they're iron sights. They're just standard white dot sights that come right out of the box. So with that, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that I like about the pistol. So, to me, the most important thing that I like about this pistol is the fact that it's reliable. I have, like I said earlier, a little over 500 rounds through it, and I had one issue after the last round of the second magazine I've ever put through this pistol, and it was just a failure to lock back. But I honestly attribute that just to the way that my grip was. I think my grip may have had an effect on that. But other than that, this pistol has been 100% reliable. Haven't had any issues with it. Another thing is the trigger. I mentioned before, it is extremely heavy, but it is very, very smooth. It is a very well-made trigger. That double action pull is very smooth. There's no stacking or anything like that. I wish they made it a little bit more stout right here to where that part right there wasn't as apparent, but it is what it is. So the double action pull is heavy and smooth, and the single action, look at this reset. That's the reset. Very audible, very tactile. You get to a defined wall and a very crisp pull to finish out the single action. So another cool thing about this pistol is it actually comes from Fime Group, which gets you a lifetime warranty on this pistol. And they expect about 30,000 rounds to be the normal lifetime expectancy of this pistol. So you got a little while before this pistol is ever gonna need many replacement parts. And another cool thing about this pistol is the fact that it's actually rated for 30% over what SAAMI specs are. So in case you're wondering, normal plus P ammo is usually rated around 10%. So what RX does is they shoot two rounds that are over SAAMI specs to ensure that the pistol can handle it. And another cool thing about this pistol is the fact that they have really good quality control. If you go, I know a lot of other YouTubers have videos on some of the the factory tours and everything like that. If you get a chance to see that, go ahead and do that, because when you look at the quality control of this pistol, it truly is amazing. The gun is also accurate. It shoots very straight, and it is extremely accurate. I have some videos on my Instagram, so if you ever get a chance, go over to 8x2 official on Instagram to check out a lot of the shooting videos that I have. So to conclude, the Rex 01 is a fantastic pistol. RX did a really good job of making this pistol just an absolute joy to shoot, and I think they really do have a winner on their hands with this gun. So I would really like to see some things improved on it. For instance, the rear slide serrations can get a little bit more aggressive, because the front slide serrations are a lot more aggressive. So another thing is the serrations right here are pretty thin as well. But overall, the pistol is very well built. It's robust. I have no issues with it. And another thing too is the trigger. You can actually get springs that will lighten the trigger pull if you so wish to do that. But the standard grip, Rex 01, it MSRPs for about 618 bucks, but you can get it shipped with G10 grips right out of the box for about 680 bucks MSRP. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with anybody who is interested in this pistol. So thank you all for watching, and take care.